1300 hours Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Hassan Gilani. First, the headlines. Prime Minister inaugurates world's biggest Miyawaki urban forest in Lahore today. Information Minister says government is emphasizing on use of technology in elections to ensure transparency. AJK President says India has no right to sit or preside over UN Security Council after committing war crimes and genocide in the illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. In Kashmir Premier League, overseas warriors will take on Mirpur Royals while Rawalakot Hawks will face Muzaffarabad Tigers today. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Imran Khan will inaugurate the world's biggest Miyawaki urban forest in Lahore today as part of the monsoon drive under the 10 billion tree tsunami project. The Miyawaki forest has been developed over 100 canals with a total of 165,000 plants, which will grow 10 times quicker than a normal forest owing to the unique Miyawaki technique. It uses specialized land preparation as well as indigenous varieties with varying growth rates to produce fast-growing urban forests. Minister for Information and Broadcasting Chaudhry Fawad Hussain has said the government is emphasizing on the use of technology in elections to ensure transparency. In a statement today, he said the use of electronic voting machines is the biggest way to ensure transparency in elections. He said the next elections can be conducted on the EVMs if the government and the opposition parties reach a consensus. Chaudhry Fawad Hussain asked the opposition parties to take their decision after reviewing the EVMs. The Information Minister said the EVMs meet all the conditions of the Election Commission of Pakistan. He said the use of electronic voting machines will reduce the possibility of rigging besides ensuring immediate results. Minister for Religious Affairs Nurul Haq Qadri says the government is in contact with Saudi Arabian authorities to normalize the conditions of travelling for Pakistanis. Talking to a private news channel, he said Saudi Arabia has decided to open the Umrah pilgrimage for vaccinated persons from abroad except 9 countries including Pakistan. In Sindh, the examination process of intermediate will resume across the province from tomorrow. This was decided at a meeting jointly chaired by Sindh Minister for Education Syed Sardar Ali Shah and Minister for Universities and Boards Ismail Rahu in Karachi. Addressing the meeting, Minister for Education directed to ensure strict implementation of the SOPs against the spread of COVID-19. Azad Jammu and Kashmir President Sardar Masood Khan says India has no right to sit in the United Nations Security Council or preside over it after committing war crimes against humanity and genocide in the illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. He said this in a video message to International Solidarity Conference on Kashmir arranged in the Canadian city of Toronto. Masood Khan said under the Geneva Conventions and the international law, India must be held accountable for heinous crimes and the cover of impunity given to it should be withdrawn. He said India has been continuing the siege of illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir for the past 2 years, illegally detaining and torturing thousands of men, boys and children in prison houses. Chief Justice of India N.V. Ramana says custodial torture and other police atrocities still prevail in Indian society and even the privileged are not spared third-degree treatment. Speaking at the launch of a legal service mobile application in New Delhi, he said threat to human rights and bodily integrity are the highest in police stations. N.V. Ramana said, in spite of constitutional declarations and guarantees, lack of effective legal representation at the police stations is a huge detriment to arrested or detained persons. In the Kashmir Premier League, 2 matches will be played in Muzaffarabad today. In the first match, overseas warriors will take on Mirpur Royals at 2 p.m., while in the second match, Rawalakot Hawks will face Muzaffarabad Tigers at 7:30 p.m. And this is the end of the news. For more news and analysis, log on to our website radio.gov.pk and also watch live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News.